This week on Mini Scroll, we're celebrating International Women's Day by spotlighting female-founded brands. And today, we're talking about Handstand Studio. Handstand Studio is a design studio based out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and founded by Hannah Solari, illustrator and listener of the podcast. Hannah's mission is to help people feel seen through her designs and products, which span stickers, bookmarks, cards, stationery, tote bags, t-shirts, and also event invites, which is actually something that we recently hired her for, and we were thrilled with her work. Hannah's illustrations are all hand-drawn, colorful, bubbly, and just so Gen Z. For all your illustration needs, you can find Hannah at Handstand Studio on Instagram or handstandstudio.com. Hi everyone, welcome to Mini Scroll, the daily internet culture podcast bringing you the biggest stories from social media, the creator economy, and the digital space every Monday through Thursday. I'm your host, Lauren Meisner, the founder of the youth digital media brand, Centennial World. Welcome back to Mini Scroll, everyone. Please, just a reminder, if Mini Scroll helps you with your job, please fill out our type form down below. We are doing some market research for something that might come later this year as part of the brand, and it would help us so much to get your feedback and your input. Thank you so much to everyone that has already filled out the form. I woke up this morning and checked, and I was like, oh my God, people actually filled it out, so thank you. Okay, let's get into the stories for today. The first story that I have for you guys. We need to talk about how New York City lifestyle influencers are facing criticism for how, quote unquote, boring they all are to follow. Over the last few days, a bunch of New York City creators have been crashing out after a user made a video calling them boring, and the video has gone quite viral. The video was from a creator named Martini Feeney and published 3 days ago, and in it, she basically said the popular New York City influencers are all boring because they are the same carbon copies of each other.
All right, guys, I'm just gonna say it. I hate all of the New York influencers. I think that they're boring as fuck, and they're all carbon copies of one another. They all wear the same exact fucking bracelets. They all have the same exact fucking hand chains that someone else influenced them to get. Yeah, they all look like they shop on Revolve. They're all just like basic ass skinny, but they're skinny and pretty, so stuff looks cute on them, but boring.
Okay, so for anyone that is not familiar with the New York City influencer group that I presume she's talking about, it includes Acquired Style, her twin Danielle, Hallie Kate, Jazz, Kit Keenan, Audrey. If you know, you know. If you don't, I guess you don't. No, if you don't, essentially they all do the same 6 a.m. workout classes. They do Tracy Anderson or Solid Core, I think it's called. And they'll do morning in my life, working for myself, being 27 in New York City. And, they're getting matcha, they're getting their nails done, they're doing their workout, they're doing some TikTok vlogs, they're going to a brand event. That's basically what the vlogs are. And they do have very similar jewelry and similar vibes. So yes, that is, I assume, who she is talking about. I definitely get her point. But understandably, this has opened up discussion about the fact that if you are bored by the people on your For You page, then maybe that's your fault, because the internet is literally endless and there are millions upon millions of creators that you could follow. And then other people are kind of countering that discussion or that argument, saying, well, TikTok pushes these people out. This is who they push out to us. And I don't know if that's necessarily true anymore in the sense of the algorithm and what it prefers and things like that. But we do know that I think it was in 2020, The Intercept got a hold of documents, leaked documents from TikTok that was allegedly or ByteDance, I think, that was allegedly instructing TikTok moderators to suppress content by people that were filming content in dimly lit rooms that looked, I forget the exact word they used. I've talked about it so many times on this podcast, but it wasn't disheveled backgrounds, dilapidated? I don't know. It was some really savage fucking word to basically mean we don't want to see backgrounds that look anything less than you are wealthy or you have a well-lit, beautiful space. I think these documents also said they wanted smaller body types. Anyways, it was really horrible and really shocking. So we do know that at one point, at least, ByteDance, TikTok, they were pushing for that or suppressing other content that was not that. I think the thing with this group is that they make being a New York City influencer their brand. Like that is part of their brand. And so if you are searching up like what it's like to live in New York, what it's like to move to New York in your 20s, like a lot of their content's going to come up, partly because obviously they're very famous and very hot and rich and stuff now, but also partly because they've made that a big part of their brand. I think, of course, there are like literally millions of people you could follow that live in New York City who are creating content, very cool content, but they might not make New York City as central to their content or to their brand. So they might not also be like considered in our minds like quote unquote like New York City influencers because they're not branding themselves as that. Anyways, the girlies, they feel called out. The one thing that's like been going around that really like pissed users off, like there's a lot of comments. Like they're commenting and they're kind of like making it about themselves, the influencers, I mean. But the one thing that really like shook people, really pissed people off was Acquired Style. She duetted the video, like the original video from the girl. And she was like waving at the camera and kind of like body checking. I don't know. She was like standing back and like showing off like this, and like waving at the camera like, hi, it's me. Like, I've seen your video type thing. And like I said, there were others in the comments, like other influencers who felt called out or felt like they were part of that group being called out, who were in the comments like truly like fighting for their lives. And a lot of this content now, including that duet and the comments and stuff, has been deleted because these influencers were getting dragged by users all over for crashing out. Everyone's like, this is so embarrassing. Like, take the L and move on. This one single video and this one single person, like, in a couple days, this is going to go away. And following influencers is also about like preference. So at the end of the day, like she's saying she finds your content boring. She's not like into your content, but you all have millions of followers. So like there's obviously lots of people that do find your content entertaining. So just like accept that this one person doesn't like your content. And yes, her video is going viral and it's getting amplified and there's tons of people in the comments saying like, I agree with you. It's not criticism you need to respond to. It's just someone saying they don't like your style of content and they think it's too similar to all of your friends' content. And she thinks it's boring. Okay, the next story that I have for you guys is that Bran Flakezz has shared his influencer pay breakdown, and some people have some things to say about it. So influencer Bran Edelman, who is known as Bran Flakezz on TikTok, did a 2024 income breakdown on a podcast last week, and it sparked a really good discussion about wage transparency and also who gets to make that kind of money in the influencer space. Bran, who is a Philadelphia-based creator and makes primarily like party lifestyle vlogs and story times about his feral nights out, he's kind of like in the same category, I would say, as like Alex Earl or Hailey, I don't know how to say her last name, Batchelder, I think. So he went on the Your Rich BFF podcast, a show that delves into people's finances, and he opened up about what he made in 2024. Bran revealed that he made $768,000 last year from influencing.
I grossed $768,000 in 2024.
Ooh, hell yeah.
But then we have the net. So 768,000 is the top number. 20% of that goes to management. So we're down to like what, 550? From 550, 200,000 of that goes to taxes, just the way it goes.
Yep.
Now we're down to 330. After the 330K, you have your expenses. I have a team now. So it's like lawyer, accountant, therapist. It's insane. But at the end of the day, I still pocketed like probably around $300,000. I'm 28 years old and I went from making 40K and I grew up literally dirt poor. So this is insane.
Okay, so this segment has been stitched and duetted a lot. As you can imagine, there are a lot of mixed responses. And before I kind of get into all of this, I kind of forgot to say that like one thing people can't fault Bran on, like while I said he's in the same category as like Alex and Hailey, although Alex does do some like philanthropic stuff, but Bran is really into like giving back to his local community, and he does share some of that and how he has like given back last year and like when he started influencing and making a lot of money. He did share some of that on this podcast as well. Now, one video that has sparked a big conversation is by a creator, Aaliyah's Interlude. So Bran actually amplified Aaliyah's video. So Aaliyah is a Black creator with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, and she is also the artist of It Girl, which was like the most viral song for a period of time around like end of 2023, beginning of 2024. Like, you know, that one that's like, yes, you know I'm sexy. Just call and text me. I don't know. I don't know the words, but you know the one I'm talking about. Okay. She, like I said, has almost 3 million followers. Bran, for context, only just cracked 1 million followers this year. So he had less than 1 million followers when he was making that income last year. In Aaliyah's video, she says,
Black creators are not making this. Black creators are not making this at all, bro. You can show me a single Black creator that has made $700,000 with less than 1 million followers on here. I literally will be gagged beyond my mind. That does not happen. But if we're talking about if I were to be doing the same exact thing as Brandon right now, if we were going to be making the same amount, it would not be true. When I had less than 1 million followers, I was not even making a third of what Brandon made last year. Like, Black creators are getting paid dust. I'm gonna just let y'all know straight up.
Okay, so the main argument that I have seen is that some people are kind of saying like the people that are, I guess, in support of how much he made and don't see it as a huge problem that other creators are not making even close to what he made as a white creator. So there is this kind of overwhelming argument that Bran is like breaking in to the mainstream. So he's almost becoming like an Alex Earl, where he's surpassing just TikTok fame. And so he's getting more opportunities because he's becoming more well-known. Even if you don't follow him, a lot of people like know who he is or are starting to know who he is as an influencer, the same way that like you might not follow Alex Earl, but if I say Alex Earl, most of you guys, not in the world, but like a lot of people will know who I'm talking about. You know, people are saying like that's the path he's on. So he's becoming mainstream. He's becoming like a Teffy. He's becoming an Alex Earl, whatever, where people kind of know them. They got their start on TikTok, but they're transcending that. I do think that is the path that he's on. I agree with that. But I think that argument is a shallow argument because the point isn't that Bran is more mainstream and thus he makes more money. The point is like who gets to be mainstream and why? Why is it overwhelmingly white creators who get the opportunity to transcend TikTok and to get those mainstream opportunities? Like, not all creators that have transcended TikTok, surpassed TikTok fame are white, but I would say the vast majority are. All right, the last story that I have for you guys is that Hailey Bieber has claimed that a creator made up a lie about her liking a video shading Selena Gomez. TikTok creator Courtney Presto went viral this week when she claimed that Hailey Bieber liked one of her videos in which Courtney was being a little shady towards Selena Gomez and her fiance, Benny Blanco. Courtney's original video was her reacting to editorial photos of Selena and Benny for Interview magazine. In the video, she writes, "I had to look at these photos, so you do too. And I genuinely can't decide which is the worst," referring to the photos. She then followed this up with a video showing what appears to be a screenshot of her likes on TikTok, and it looks like the verified Hailey Bieber TikTok account liked that video.
Hailey Bieber herself liked my TikTok. Don't necessarily come for me in the comments, but I was being a little shady to Selena Gomez. However, that means that the Selena Gomez Justin Bieber beef is alive and well, people.
Now, a rep for Hailey has made a statement to Page 6 saying, "This never happened. This entire story has been fabricated by a content creator looking to capitalize off of an old, tired narrative." If Hailey did like this, I think the most like plausible situation is that she accidentally liked it. I don't think she would intentionally like that because that would just be the worst PR move of all time. I think it is possible it came up on her For You page. It's like anti-Selena Gomez content. Honestly, she probably gets a lot of that because of how her name is associated with Selena in the algorithm and everything. And I think it's possible she accidentally liked it. I accidentally like and also dislike things all the time. Ever since they introduced the dislike button, you guys, I am constantly accidentally disliking things just like based on where it is. And I'm always thinking, I really hope that you don't get a notification if someone dislikes your video. And if you have ever got a notification that I disliked your video, I actually didn't. It was an accident. I always undislike it, but I'm always like worried about that. It's possible she liked it. It's possible this content creator is just completely lying. I saw that somebody said she photoshopped the like or whatever. I couldn't find proof of that, but I think it's possible for sure. You know, it's like a good clout moment. It will actually get you a lot of views. And I also think it could be possible that Hailey's rep is lying. Like, it is possible that Hailey liked this picture or this video and that their story that they're going to go with is that this was a lie and this content creator is capitalizing on, you know, this drama for their own personal gain. Whether she liked it on purpose or not, we will never know. Whether she actually liked it, we'll never know. But you know what I mean? Like, if there was a like involved, we won't know if it was on purpose or not. But regardless, it is also possible that her rep is lying and saying this because how would we be able to disprove that anyways? Like, everyone's already going to be questioning the content creator, and especially with a statement like this where you're so blatantly saying like this person lied, there's obviously going to be a huge portion of the internet now that believes that this creator's a liar, so you might as well just go with that narrative. I don't know. What do you guys think? But if it is a lie, if this creator fully made this up, like, let's fucking leave. Oh my God, like, leave Hailey Bieber alone. No matter how you feel about Hailey Bieber, Hailey Bieber? Hailey Bieber. She has been married to Justin now for like years. They have a child together. Like, leave them alone. Like, leave her alone. If this is a lie for clout, like, just fucking leave her alone. Okay. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. Please rate, review, and subscribe. It helps us so much. Please fill out our type form down below. That will also help us so much. If Mini Scroll helps you with your job in any capacity, we would love to know. I love you guys, and Annabelle will talk to you tomorrow. And then I'll talk to you on Thursday. Okay, bye.